I didn't plan this video. I'm just gonna sit here and eat my lunch with you. So I've made a few videos about my experience with anxiety-related eating issues, and it's something I've actually had for a really, really long time. I think it started many years ago when I was in school and I was in a biology lesson and they showed a diagram of the esophagus and how swallowing works. And I remember hearing something about, oh, sometimes it goes the wrong way and that's how people choke. And that just, from then on, that just triggered me. And I didn't necessarily look more into it. I just gained that belief now that, okay, eating is inherently risky. And over the years, it just grew. And then I started to notice that the more anxiety I was dealing with in the day-to-day, the harder it would get to eat. So I would be, if I was having a very anxious day, and if I was having panic attacks, or if I was just having high anxiety, I wouldn't be hungry. Well, I would be hungry, but I wouldn't want to eat. And I actually would feel vulnerable and I would not feel safe to eat. And part of the reason was I was thinking things, oh, what if I choke? What if I'm so tense, I feel so out of it that what if my throat doesn't work properly, or I swallow it wrong, and just these kind of thoughts. So then I would avoid eating. And I got to the point where I was so tense when I ate that the thought of eating would give me anxiety. So before, when it was kind of a thing in the back of my head, it became something that actually caused me anxiety, and then that built its own cycle. Being anxious would make me unable to eat. The fact of, having experiences where I was anxious and couldn't really eat made me then anxious about the next time I'd have to eat. So, there even was a point where I was just eating soup and I could barely eat that. There even became a point where I couldn't even really drink water properly because I had the issue of the exact same thing. Like, even drinking water would trigger me. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some food here. It's a good amount. This isn't sponsored, but I'm trying simmer because I have literally no time to cook. And so they give me these like ready-made meals and they're pretty good, but not sponsored. But yeah, so I'm gonna just sit here and eat this with you, and I guess talk about this symptom, this phagophobia, and what helps me. And the reason I'm doing this as well is because doing this helps me. This isn't something I'd want to do. I'd rather kind of, watch TV and try and distract myself while I eat, but I'm just gonna sit here and eat. Also, another thing that I would do is drink loads and loads of water. And I mean, I would drink water with every single bite, because for some reason, drinking water by itself, not very easy. Eating food by itself, not very easy, but taking small bites, chewing it loads, and having a sip of water with it at the same time was like how I could only eat. So, cheers. Now, I'll probably cut out the chewing noises and stuff, but you'll see I have been a lot better with this. But even in this situation, you'll see, like, this is a different setup. This is basically exposure therapy. And so it's going to be harder than if I was just eating like normal, right? But that's okay. I am thinking about it a lot. And I'm not trying to do this as, oh, this is what you should do, or this is how you should eat. I just want to show the real experience. And I want other people who deal with this just to know that, you know, it may feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel very nice. It's scary. But if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm definitely not going to do this perfectly. I'm not even going to speed up the video. I think I'm going to just play out how long it takes me to eat this. And if you deal with the same thing, go grab your lunch, pause the video, and let's do it together. Let's just eat and talk about life. So you may notice I chew a lot, and right now I'm really like overthinking everything, but because my attention is so much on what I'm doing and the fact that I'm doing this eating exercise, it's a lot harder. I'm trying not to sip with every bite. I'm trying to reduce like my obsessive chewing, but it's hard. But ultimately what I'm trying to do here is just eat. My goal is not to do this perfectly. I just want to eat, and if I can drop some behaviors, that's fine. And that, me like, when you see me preparing to swallow like that, that's like, I'm like bracing myself. And that causes anxiety itself. Now, I'll notice when I'm not particularly anxious, I do that way less and I just swallow. All right? It's so interesting because I've been eating like really well every day. This is probably the worst I'm doing in a while. And hopefully it doesn't happen, but sometimes there's a time where it feels like something goes the wrong way and I do like a like a big twitch. And that's made me like not want to eat out at restaurants and things like that. But it's all just about just taking our mind off of trying to overthink all these processes. That's why you may find it's easier when you're distracted. Another tip I learned in therapy is to really, if you're going to focus on something, focus on the flavor and what you enjoy about the food. Like, how do you enjoy those flavors? How are they different? So those senses. Mm-hmm. This is good though. And these are big. This is like 730 calories. Tell you what, I really love hot sauce, so I'm gonna go get some Tabasco. Also not sponsored, but that would be one of my dream sponsors, Tabasco. Like, wow, I eat that every single day. I'm gonna get some hot sauce and yeah, I just really enjoy this. So I'll be right back. Let me just make sure we're still filming. Thank goodness, it wouldn't be the first time I went like 30 minutes in a video and it wasn't filming. Okay, so guys, I got some Tabasco. And I got this Nando's garlic because I ran out of extra hot. So let's start with some Tabasco. See if we can get some extra spice in there. Now, don't judge how much I put in, but I can't I almost can't eat without spiciness. And it's not just about the spice, it's like I love the flavor of that, of like spicy stuff. Man. Oh. Oh, Tabasco is like my favorite thing. It goes with everything. Oh man. So what are you guys eating at home? Let me know in the comments if you're sitting here eating with me. Let me know what you're eating. Oh man. This is really a lot though. Let's see what anxiety stuff is in the news. Okay, let's not see what anxiety stuff is in the news. And everyone, I'm trying my hardest to do one video a week, minimum, one YouTube video. So please let me know, comment what videos you want me to do. I'm getting better. I'm relaxing because I have your company, you know? I'm really glad to be, sharing this time with you. And that may sound like a joke, but I'm actually very serious. I'm very appreciative of like all the followers and subscribers I have, and the fact that I'm able to kind of talk to you. Like I try to reply to as many comments as I can, and I get loads of messages, but I just can't respond to all of them. So I kind of go into this thing. Sorry. Another thing is I can't burp. I just don't have burps. They don't happen for me. So it can make it feel like full here. But anyway, yeah, so the fact that I can sometimes I don't reply to DMs on Instagram and stuff like that because there's so many positive ones like giving me such amazing messages that it feels like, if I measured one, it's not fair to the other one. So I'm planning a day, or it's going to take a few days, where I just plan, like I take a day to just comment and reply to everyone. But it's going to be a lot. I'm going to try. So as I'm getting through, the meal feels less daunting, right? got a bit of a running nose, I think. There was a twitch, because I overthank again. I was thinking like, oh, I'm chewing so much, oh, I just need to swallow, oh, whatever. Tissue. I want tissue. Okay, I just had to wipe my nose. Look, this is pressure. I'm putting pressure on myself, right? And we know that the pressure makes it worse, the anxiety makes it worse, you know, overthinking it makes it worse, but why am I putting myself in that situation? And for me, I think how this works is, you saw how, I think maybe you've seen in the video, I don't know how it looks, but I start like relaxing and getting easier to eat. Then there's times where it spikes up again. But the fact that I can do this under so much pressure and then also relax. Now imagine when I'm just going to eat normally without doing a video about it. I'm going to be way more able to do that. So even though this is like a really uncomfortable experience, I'm putting myself in the anxiety to show myself I can do it and nothing's wrong, and to get rid of those beliefs in my head and those assumptions and normalize. So I'm not trying to not experience anxiety, I'm actually doing it on purpose. So let's keep going. What's your favorite food? Drop another comment. I think one of my favorite foods is like Cajun or like Creole, you know, like Louisiana food, because that's where my mom's from, and I used to eat loads of gumbo and stuff like that, but you don't have that here where I live. See that? Tense shoulders. You start to notice where the tension lies. This is going to be a weird video. Let's try some more. Okay, I'm going to try this garlic stuff now. See how that goes down. Nose are running again. So I'm still taking sips, but it's way better than when I was drinking. I needed to for every single bite. Can you imagine? And when I was in public, people actually commented on it. They noticed. That didn't feel good. Oh man, the garlic stuff's so good. Garlic peri-peri, sorry. No, it's just not spicy though. That was a bigger swallow than I usually do. And when I do those, it like rewrites history for me. And what I mean is, like, my belief is that I can only swallow tiny bits. When I swallow one normally, it expands my comfort zone. Getting rid of those false beliefs, one bite at a time. That one was pretty good. See, spice doesn't affect me, but it does make my nose run. But it doesn't hurt me. If I left the chewing sounds on, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do some research of like mukbangs and see if they leave the chewing in. Like Nikocado, avocado. Oops. Mom, these are big. If this was a normal sized meal, I would be done by now. So we can call it a success already, but I'll keep going. But don't define the success by if you complete it or not. The fact that you did it is success. The fact that you started is success. The fact you tried. Sorry, all this like leaning I'm doing is because I literally can't burp, and so it's like I can feel it. I do burp like once or twice a year, and it's always like a Christmas surprise or something, you know. We're so close. Why was I holding the plates the whole time? I just did that because it was hot at the beginning. That's good though. Ooh, that's good. So torturous when you love food, yet like food causes you anxiety, but you love food and you want to eat. Ugh, why does this happen to us? I don't know. It's the cards we are dealt, but we're going to play our hand, and we're going to play it well. So, how's your food going? I've done this in therapy before, by the way. So I had to sit with my therapist and eat like a dry sandwich, or it was a wrap, and I had to do it outside in public, on the street. So one of the things is I wouldn't eat home alone. I wouldn't eat outside. I can't burp. I wouldn't eat home alone. I wouldn't eat outside. I wouldn't eat standing up. And I'm trying to do all those things. Even standing up, I like eat in the morning. I have like a boiled egg, and I eat it standing. And yeah, I've had panic attacks from eating, like full-blown panic attacks, either from that twitch or even thinking that I choked when I didn't. Combine that sensation, with then the belief that, and the feeling of you can't breathe, and then you can convince yourself that you're choking when you're not. Deep down, you know you're not, but it's just because you're breathing and you feel, the anxiety symptom when you can't breathe. So it's just, it's the same as any other panic attack. These are good. That much left. And if you're eating along with me, if you're taking your time, that's totally fine. I just want to, chill, do this in a relaxing way together. When I have to go somewhere in the day, I usually eat as much as I can for breakfast. So like if I have to go to work, I eat loads in the morning, and then I hope that I don't have to eat a lot for lunch or this and that, because I stuff myself so full. And that's another thing I'm trying to not do. Is to just, if I have to go somewhere, just go and deal with it as it comes. Because that kind of over planning might help, but it's just reinforcing the idea that I cannot eat safely in certain situations, which is not true. Today I'm going to listen to and done. Pretty much done. Just like a tiny. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm done. I ate that whole thing. There was ups and downs, but it got easier. It was totally fine. It was, look at these. I'm so sorry. It was way easier than I expected it was going to be. It was still uncomfortable. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was fun. I wouldn't say it was fun, but that was definitely worth it. So I'm going to see how I'm going to edit the video. I'm going to keep the chewing. I'm just going to leave it full length. I don't know, you tell me in the comments what I did. But yeah, so if you deal with trouble swallowing, phagophobia, things like that, I hope this video, you know, it might not be me telling you exactly what to do, but hopefully even just seeing someone else who deals with the same thing, because I know, even though I think it is quite common, I've not heard really anyone else talk about it. And it's such a, you know, a life affecting symptom because it. So I finished my little monologue there and my phone died. I don't know. No, my phone was dead when I took it off. And I looked at, and my phone was dead when I took it off, and then I looked at it and thank goodness it filmed like at the last, it turned off at the very end. I was saying, you know, it's a life-changing, altering kind of symptom because we have to eat, we need to eat. And so it's unfortunate for that to be something that we feel anxious about. We should feel safe, and I wanted this video to help you to feel safe about eating.